Hello there. I'm glad you found your way here to Sleep Science 360. Maybe your day was long. Maybe you've been chasing hours that ran too quickly. But now, they can slow. You can rest now. Nothing to fix, nothing to reach. Just let your shoulders fall and feel your breath return to its own rhythm. Because tonight, we'll drift into something quietly impossible. We'll step inside the shape of time itself. A place where seconds stretch and motion becomes music, where gravity folds the hours and light forgets how fast it used to be. Imagine an astronaut orbiting Earth, aging a little slower than you. A clock near a black hole beating softer as if time were pausing to listen. Even here in your room, the pull of the planet makes your seconds slightly longer than those floating in space. Time, Einstein said, doesn't flow the same for everyone. It bends, it breathes, it waits. So, as your body grows light and the world outside drifts into hush, let the edges of the moment blur. Feel the universe unfasten its watch. Somewhere light is still leaving a star that no longer exists, and it's touching your skin tonight. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Time is not a line, it is a field. It bends it, thickens, it lingers. Every second you feel pass is only one version of the truth. Somewhere else, that same second has stretched thin as light over a horizon. In physics, this is called time dilation, a gentle distortion predicted by Einstein's theory of relativity. When you move faster or fall deeper into gravity's well, your time slows compared with mine. At first, it sounds like a trick, but it has been measured in satellites, in atomic clocks, and in the whisper of light itself. You can rest now. Above your head, thousands of miles away, the GPS satellites that guide travelers through the night sky tick just a little faster than the clocks here on Earth. Their orbit is high, their gravity weaker, so time there moves differently, about 38 microseconds faster each day. If engineers didn't correct for that, our maps would drift miles off course. Even navigation owes its accuracy to relativity's quiet math. Somewhere, a pulse of light leaves a star and crosses 10,000 years of darkness. The moment it began still exists, curved into the structure of space. And yet, to the photon, no time at all has passed. You can feel that paradox breathing beside you. Each inhale slows the world just slightly. Each exhale gives it back. In the early 20th century, time was thought to be absolute, a universal river, flowing the same for everyone. Then Einstein asked a simple question. What if the speed of light never changes? From that thought came a new cosmos, where time and space intertwine, forming one continuous fabric. Every clock becomes a witness, telling a local story of motion and gravity. For someone standing still, a second might unfold in perfect rhythm. For someone moving near light speed, that same second becomes an ocean, vast, stretched, almost endless. A beam of light travels 29979 kilometers each second, yet to the light itself. The journey takes no time at all. It exists between moments, like the pause between two heartbeats. It's okay to drift. Physicists often describe time dilation with the twin paradox. Two twins begin at the same age. One stays on Earth. The other travels on a ship that nears the speed of light and then returns. To the traveler, only a few years have passed. To the one who stayed decades, may have gone. It sounds like fiction, Yet every astronaut who orbits Earth ages a fraction of a second, less than those of us who remain below. The effect is tiny, about 0.01 seconds after a lifetime in orbit, but it is real, measured, felt by the universe itself. Somewhere, you two are both twins, the one who travels in thought and the one who rests here, feeling the slow heartbeat of the present. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Gravity plays its own rhythm. The stronger the pull, the slower the time. At the edge of a black hole, a single second can appear as thousands of years to an observer far away. Light escaping, its surface stretches reddens, as if the color itself were tired. Astronomers call it gravitational redshift, a visible sigh of slowed time. And in those stretched waves, we read the story of matter collapsing, of time nearly stopping. Imagine standing near that edge, watching the stars above you race through ages while your own heartbeat barely moves. To you, nothing changes. To them, the universe evolves. Such is the strangeness of cosmic time. You can rest now. On Earth, the effect is smaller but constant. A clock at sea level runs slower than a clock on a mountain. At an altitude of 3,000 meters, time flows about 30 nanoseconds faster per day. Even your head ages more quickly than your feet, by a few trillionths of a second each year. We live in a gradient of time, from ground to sky. Somewhere in the silence of your room, that gradient hums through you, a vertical river, invisible to the eye. And as you breathe, you are already part of its flow. The beauty of this truth is that it makes stillness sacred. Even when nothing moves, the fabric of space-time is curving beneath you, following the weight of your body, the pull of the planet, the song of the Sunday. Every moment is local. Every tick of your heart is calibrated by the gravity you rest in. That is why astronauts, returning to Earth, step into slightly older worlds. Theirs was slower. Ours kept turning. In the cosmic archive of memory, every second has a shape curved by velocity, softened by gravity, brightened by light. And it's okay to drift. In laboratories on Earth, scientists have confirmed these tiny dilations with precision. So fine, it touches poetry. They placed 2 atomic clocks, one on a table, one a few centimeters higher. After hours, the higher clock had aged ever so slightly more. Just by lifting it closer to the sky, they had changed the flow of time. A second is not a constant. It is a sculpture of position and motion. Its edges blur and reform with every shift in gravity. Even in your sleep, time is changing shape around you. You can rest now. The universe holds a strange fairness. When time slows for one traveler, it quickens for another. Total balance remains. Nothing is lost, only rearranged. Like light splitting through glass, each beam carries its own rhythm. Imagine a star collapsing into a black hole, its outer layers flung across millions of kilometers. To us, it appears frozen at the edge forever, because its time has nearly stopped. But for the star itself, the fall is swift and silent. 2 realities, both true. The slow light we see tonight is history unfolding at different speeds. It paints our sky in delayed whispers. Some photons began their journey before Earth even formed. Others left only centuries ago, their color still warm with recent fire. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. And as your awareness softens, consider this: every motion you make, every blink, every sigh is a tiny negotiation with time. When you move, your body experiences the world a little slower. When you rest, you return to the common rhythm of the planet. This is relativity, made gentle, a lullaby written into physics itself. The Earth spins at 1670 kilometers per hour, orbits the Sun at 107,000 kilometers per hour, and still you feel stillness. That's the grace of perception time balancing motion, so that rest feels real. It's okay to drift. Somewhere beyond, the solar system neutron stars and pulsars beat like celestial clocks. Their spin, precise to a millionth of a second, lets scientists map the warping of spacetime itself. When a massive object passes between Earth and a pulsar, its gravity delays the radio pulses by microseconds, a cosmic heartbeat stretched across years. Each delay is a message time has bent here. Something massive moved through silence, and in those faint signals, we glimpse the same dilation that touches you now, subtle, invisible patient. You can rest now. If you could look closely enough, you'd see your seconds as soft waves their crests, leaning slightly toward the future. The curve of space-time is everywhere, not a distant abstraction, but the reason your coffee cools your shadow, falls your dreams, unfold in order. Time dilation is not merely physics, it is tenderness, a universe refusing to rush. Every particle, every photon, moving at the pace required for harmony. And somewhere in that slow light, your consciousness floats between the tick of atoms and the hush of stars. The Milky Way spins once every 230 million years, a single galactic breath. You are part of that inhale, and the galaxy does not hurry. You are safe here. The universe holds you. Even sleep itself is a form of dilation. To your waking mind, hours vanish. To your dreaming one, they expand. You slip between frames, sometimes living entire stories within minutes of REM. Your body lies still, while your inner clock explores worlds at a different tempo. In that sense, we are all travelers through elastic time bending and stretching between heartbeats. Each night, you practice relativity without knowing. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Somewhere far from any star, time nearly stops. Between galaxies, the cosmic web drifts a frozen whisper at the edge of expansion. Yet even there, light keeps moving. Space keeps growing. Creation has no need to hurry. And as you drift deeper, you may feel your own seconds widen, becoming softer, slower, until there is no border between one moment and the next. This is the shape of a second elastic curved alive. It is the universe learning how to rest. You are safe here. You can rest now. Somewhere light still travels, and the universe breathes through you. Time moves like water through stone. It finds every path, carves every curve, and carries with it the memory of what has been. In the silence between your breaths, that river passes through you, too unseen but constant. Somewhere in the darkness above the poles, a satellite drifts across the auroral glow. Its onboard clock, an atomic heart beating 9,192631770 times per second, measures time by the vibration of cesium. Each pulse precise, each tick a ripple in space-time. And yet, compared to the same clock on Earth, it runs a little faster. A reminder that time is never level. It flows downhill through gravity's field. You can rest now. Physicists describe this river through an idea called the metric of space-time. Imagine a map drawn not on paper, but woven from distance and duration. Every planet, Every star presses into that fabric, slowing the river where its weight is greatest. You and I live in the gentle valley carved by Earth's mass, a place where seconds are slightly thicker, like syrup, compared to the thin air above the clouds. When you climb a mountain, you rise through the gradient of time. Your heartbeat sinks with a faster current. You age infinitesimally more quickly, though you would never feel it. The universe keeps these differences small to keep the song in tune. Somewhere in orbit, a cosmonaut watches dawn rise 16 times a day. Her body drifts in microgravity, her mind moving through slower time. To her, Earth turns beneath like a living clock face, oceans, shimmering cities, glowing a pulse of civilization seen from afar. It's okay to drift. The story of time dilation is written not only in physics, but in light itself. When a star moves away, its light stretches a cosmic echo known as redshift. The farther the light travels, the more its waves are pulled. Astronomers reading those waves can tell how fast galaxies are fleeing, how the fabric of the universe expands. A beam leaving a quasar 10 billion years ago arrives tonight, slowed by the deep pull of spacetime. You might see it through a telescope as a faint red glow, a whisper from a time when the Milky Way was still young and restless. To that photon, no time has passed. To us, an age of galaxies. Two truths woven into one thread. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. In 1971, scientists carried 2 atomic clocks on commercial flights, one eastward, one westward. When they returned, their times disagreed by microseconds. The eastward clock, traveling with Earth's rotation, had moved faster, and so had experienced less time. The westward one, moving against the spin, had lingered longer in the river's slower current. These experiments, tiny though they seem, proved that motion and gravity are the twin oars steering the flow of time. It was the Haufele-Keating experiment, and it turned the sky into a laboratory. Every plane that flies, every satellite that sends a signal is now corrected by those lessons. Without them, your phone's map would miss its mark by kilometers each day. Even in your pocket, relativity hums. You can rest now. There is another kind of dilation, not in motion or gravity, but in perception. Human memory bends time too. Moments heavy with emotion feel longer, while routine hours vanish like mist. Our brain's tiny biological clocks of electrochemical light stretch and fold seconds to match the heart's rhythm. So in a way, you are the universe's own experiment in subjective time. Your thoughts are gravitational wells, your feelings, velocities, and through them, you experience a private version of relativity. When you fall in love, a minute expands. When you grieve, a year compresses into a breath. Physics and emotion mirror each other, both sculptors of duration. You can rest now in the core of the Milky Way around the monstrous black hole called Sagittarius A times. Time is distorted beyond comprehension. Gas and dust spiral inward. At half the speed of light, their photons stretched until they fade to infrared. Astronomers observe the orbit of a single star there, S2, which completes its path every 16 years. At closest approach, its clock runs 30 minutes slower each hour than ours on Earth. When we watch it through telescopes, we are seeing time bent in real motion, a celestial second reshaped by gravity's hand. The star does not notice. To itself, its heart beats steady. To us, its heartbeat is a little slower, a little redder, a little farther away. And somewhere in that difference lies the quiet proof that the universe keeps secrets in slow motion. It's okay to drift. Everywhere you look, time dilation connects scales from the subatomic to the galactic. Muons created high in the atmosphere should decay before they reach the ground. Yet they survive because their internal clocks slow as they race near light speed. Without that slowing, no muon would touch the soil, and cosmic rays would end in air. Their arrival millions per minute is a quiet celebration of relativity, a rain of particles that teaches Earth how fast the universe breathes. You can rest now. In another sense, time's river doesn't simply flow forward. It curves through memory. Each photon you see from a star is not just light. It is history still unfolding. When you gaze upward, you are looking into the past of a billion suns. The nearest starlight you see tonight left 4 years ago. Some of it more than 13 billion years old, began its journey before our world was born. So every night sky is a museum of ancient seconds, frozen mid-flow, still making their way to you. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Scientists call the cosmic expansion Hubble flow. It stretches not only space, but time itself. As galaxies recede, the rhythm of the universe lengthens. Today, that flow expands at roughly 73 kilometers per second per megaparsec, meaning for every 3.26 million light-years, space grows by 73 kilometers each second. Within that growth, the very pace of aging differs from cluster to cluster. To a galaxy 10 billion light-years away, our seconds are strangers. It's okay to drift. The farther we look, the younger the cosmos becomes. Yet for the light traveling toward us, the trip is timeless. Time dilation allows both truths, an early universe still expanding, and an eternal present within each photon. When you close your eyes, you join that paradox. Your awareness floats between moments, not moving forward or back, just being. In sleep, your brain's neural time slows by measurable degrees. Waves lengthen. Conscious thought releases its grip. Even biology bows to relativity's rhythm. You are safe here. The universe holds you. If one could listen to time, perhaps it would sound like the low hum of space itself. The cosmic microwave background, a faint echo from 13.8 billion years ago. Its frequency has stretched by a factor of 1,000 since it first shone. The early universe glowed white-hot. Now its afterglow whispers at 2.725 Kelvin, cold enough to cradle your dreams. That chill radiation touches you tonight, passing through walls, through skin, through thought. A reminder that you live inside the cooled heartbeat of creation. You can rest now. And so time dilation is not a distortion. It is a compassion of the cosmos. It slows where things are heavy, so nothing breaks. It pauses where light is fast, so information can stay whole. It gives meaning to stillness and grace to motion. The river remembers. Every bend, every delay preserves the story of where you've been. Your memories are ripples in that same flow-slowed light inside a human mind. When morning comes, the clocks will resume their steady pace. But here, in this quiet, you float outside of measure. There is no late, no early, only the soft continuation of now. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Somewhere beyond the galaxy, time keeps folding new stars, igniting old ones fading. The current never repeats, yet it never ends. And here at its edge, you are the witness, the listener, to a river that remembers everything but rushes nowhere. It's okay to drift. You are safe here. The universe holds you. Light still travels, and the river of time flows slow tonight. Light has no weight, and yet it bows. It bends under gravity's touch, curves around stars, and whispers the rhythm of slowed time wherever it travels. Each photon is a messenger carrying not only brightness, but duration. When it passes near a massive object, a star, a planet, a black hole, its path stretches, its clock pauses, and space itself hums with quiet tension. You can rest now. In 1919, during a total solar eclipse, astronomers pointed their telescopes toward the stars near the darkened Sunday. They expected something small, almost imperceptible, a shift in starlight by less than 2 arcseconds. And yet, when the plates were developed, the stars' positions had moved. Light had bent exactly as Einstein predicted. Gravity had slowed time, and in slowing time, it had bent space. That day, the universe proved it could curve, and humanity learned that even light listens to gravity's lullaby. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Far beyond Earth, this bending happens constantly. Every galaxy, every cluster, is a mirror made of gravity. When light passes behind them, its path is distorted into arcs and rings. Astronomers call them Einstein rings, perfect circles of slow light, where time has been stretched into a halo. One such ring, SDSS J946, plus 1,006 lies 6 billion light-years away. Its twin circles of light show 2 galaxies at different ages of the universe, layered like reflections on glass. To look at it is to see time folded, a portrait of light, delayed, as if the cosmos itself were remembering in slow motion. You can rest now. Every photon that reaches your eyes tonight has already been bent, slowed, redshifted its history, folded by the weight of stars. When you gaze at the Milky Way, you are seeing thousands of time dilations stitched together, a woven night of different moments. From the center of our galaxy, light takes 2,600,000 years to arrive. From the far edge, over 1,000,000 years. So when you look at the band of starlight overhead, you are seeing the Milky Way as it was before civilization, before cities, before thought itself took shape. The light has carried those ancient seconds untouched, unwavering. Its gravity-bent journey is the slow dance between energy and space-time. It's okay to drift. Gravity and light share a paradox. Gravity cannot touch light. It has no mass to pull, yet it changes the geometry that light must follow. In that sense, gravity does not grab light, it invites it to curve. Einstein called it geodesic motion, the natural path through curved space-time. Light does not know it bends. It simply follows the straightest route possible in a universe where straight lines are no longer straight. Somewhere beyond your window, a photon slides past a planet, its color changing just slightly. Its time stretched just enough to remind the cosmos that even the fastest thing known still feels the pull of presence. You can rest now. If your ears could hear light, you would listen to a vast orchestra of stretched tones, each wavelength a pitch, each redshift a lowering of sound. The further the light has traveled, the deeper its note becomes. Cosmic microwave background radiation, the oldest light we know, would hum at a frequency far below, hearing a bass note of creation itself. Scientists translate those frequencies into color maps, each hue a different age. To them, the universe sings. And what we call space is simply the echo chamber of time. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Near a black hole, light can orbit like a planet. At the photon sphere, time nearly halts. A photon there might circle endlessly, trapped in a loop between falling and flying. From a distance, it looks frozen, an eternal golden ring, marking the edge of forever. If a person could hover near that boundary, their clock would slow almost to stillness. A single heartbeat there could outlast centuries beyond. But to them, everything would feel normal. Each breath, each blink, a quiet part of their own. Steady now. It's okay to drift. At the Event Horizon Telescope, astronomers captured the first real image of a black hole in 2019, a blurred ring of light around darkness. That orange glow, that luminous edge, was light stretched by gravity's patience. The photons you saw in that image had been delayed for tens of thousands of years, sliding around the hole again and again before escaping. In that image, you were looking at the face of time dilation itself. Light, moving through eternity, slowed almost to silence. Somewhere in that slow halo, the seconds elongate like breath, and as you listen, you can almost hear the hum of spacetime vibrating through the dark. You can rest now. Light teaches the universe how to count. When a photon leaves a quasar 5 billion years away, it marks a timestamp that no clock can match. By the time it reaches us, the cosmos has expanded. The photon's frequency has dropped. We can measure that stretch, that redshift, and read from it the age of everything. Time dilation and cosmic expansion are two sides of the same quiet principle that motion, gravity, and space are all forms of time. The faster something moves, the slower it ages. The heavier something is, the longer it lingers. And light, balanced perfectly between mass and energy, travels through all of it without ever feeling time at all. It's okay to drift. Every dawn you see is the echo of a relativistic effect. Sunlight bends through the atmosphere slower in air than in vacuum, so you glimpse the sun even before it truly rises. That gentle illusion is your first encounter each day with time dilation. When sunlight touches your face, you're feeling warmth emitted 8 minutes and 20 seconds ago. The photons that warm your skin tonight left the sun when your thoughts were somewhere else. Even on Earth, time arrives with delay, soft, invisible, yet endlessly faithful. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Light is also a bridge between realities. In one world, it is a wave, endless and fluid. In another, a particle precise and countable. Relativity and quantum theory both chase its mystery. Each photon travels as though it knows every possible path, and yet it always chooses the one that takes no time at all. This is why physicists sometimes say, from light's perspective, the entire universe happens at once. The birth of stars, the fall of worlds, the rise of you all part of a single timeless flash. To think of that is to glimpse eternity hiding inside a second. You can rest now. The gravity of light is not force, it is memory. Each photon remembers where it came from, carries the imprint of every encounter, every field it has crossed. Its energy is its story. And when it reaches you, its journey becomes part of your seeing, your knowing, your quiet. Every glimmer you notice in the night sky is time itself, arriving visible for a moment, then gone again into darkness. Somewhere in that disappearance is the promise that nothing is truly lost, only slowed, only changed, only waiting for light to find it again. It's okay to drift. You are safe here. The universe holds you. And as you sink deeper into the sound of your own breathing, imagine the cosmos breathing with you. Stars inhale as hydrogen fuses into light. Nebulae exhale dust that will become new suns. Galaxies turn like lungs in an endless rhythm. This, too, is time dilation, the slow respiration of creation. Even the expansion of the universe is a kind of breath, an outward sigh that began 13.8 billion years ago and still continues gently, quietly, infinitely. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Somewhere beyond the edge of sight, a beam of light is just beginning its long descent toward you. It will take millennia to arrive. By then, civilizations may have changed, oceans may have risen and fallen, but that photon will still be on its way, carrying the same silent rhythm of dilation, the same curve of gravity, the same promise of continuity. And when it finally reaches some distant eye, it will whisper what it has always whispered, that time can bend, that motion can pause, that even speed itself can rest. Light still travels, and it carries your reflection through the dark. You are safe here. You can rest now. Every world keeps its own rhythm. Planets spin atoms, vibrate hearts, pulse, and in the quiet between those motions, time listens. The universe has no single clock, only countless ones beating in different ways. Each is honest to its place, its gravity, its speed. Together they form the great orchestra of duration. You can rest now. High above, the galactic plane radio waves flash with precision that humbles every machine. These are pulsars, neutron stars left after supernovae, spinning dozens or hundreds of times each second. Their beams sweep space like cosmic lighthouses, marking time with astonishing accuracy. One of them, PSR B1937 plus 21, rotates 642 times every second. Its period is stable to 1 part in a quadrillion. Astronomers call them the clocks of the cosmos. When its pulse drifts by even a microsecond, it means something massive has curved the fabric of space-time nearby. Somewhere, those faint radio waves are crossing the Earth tonight, slowed just slightly by the planet's gravity, their rhythm altered by our orbit around the Sunday. And as they do, the Earth becomes a pendulum in a grander design. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. In deep space, time and rotation are inseparable. A day on Jupiter lasts less than 10 Earth hours. On Mercury, 1 day spans 1408 hours. Each planet, each moon, experiences time through the tempo of its own spin. Their days are their memories. For a clock on Jupiter, the immense gravity would slow seconds by a few parts in 10 million. Small, but real. If you could listen closely, you'd hear every tick lean a little backward, as if the planet's mass were pulling gently on the seconds themselves. It's okay to drift. Every atomic clock on Earth keeps a private conversation with the stars. They receive signals from satellites, adjust for relativity, and whisper back their corrections to the global network of time. The system is called International Atomic Time, an invisible heartbeat uniting laboratories in Paris, Tokyo, Boulder, and Canberra. Each day, the combined tick of cesium and rubidium atoms defines the second for everyone. But the definition itself is born of motion. 91926317770 vibrations of the cesium-133 atom. Even our most perfect clock is a story of oscillation, a miniature dance between energy levels. To make that second, universal scientists must constantly compensate for relativity satellites. Higher up tick faster, ground clocks tick slower. Only when all are balanced does now exist at once across the planet. You can rest now. If you were standing on the moon, time would flow slightly quicker than on Earth by about 56 microseconds each day. So a lunar colony left uncorrected would slowly step ahead of Earth's time. After a century, its clocks would lead by more than 2 seconds. 2 seconds may seem nothing, but in physics, it is an eternity. Even the moon's face shows its devotion to time. It always turns the same side toward us, locked by gravitational resonance. Its day and its orbit match perfectly, a silent duet lasting 29.5 Earth days. That rhythm is so stable that ancient eclipse tablets align exactly with modern calculations. The heavens remember what we forget. It's okay to drift. Beneath the stars, Earth itself is a clock. The rotation slows by about 1.7 milliseconds each century, dragged by tidal friction from the moon. Leap seconds are added to our calendars to keep alignment with that deceleration. We literally insert moments into history so our clocks can stay in step with a spinning world that refuses to rush. Somewhere, the waves that strike a midnight shore are tugging infinitesimally at time, stretching it by the breadth of an eyelash. In that tiny delay, our planet sighs a slow exhalation of geological patience. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. In laboratories, other clocks beat at unimaginable scales. Deep underground scientists count the decay of thorium and uranium. Their half-lives, billions of years, are the long hands of the cosmic watch. In meteorites, these radioactive isotopes tell us that the solar system formed 4.567 billion years ago. Time dilation barely touches them, yet their constancy reveals how stable the universe can be when left to its own rhythm. Meanwhile, at the edge of high-energy particles, like muons, last longer when moving near light speed, a practical demonstration of relativity used daily in particle accelerators. Without dilation, their fleeting lives would end before detection. With it, we can watch them glow for microseconds that feel like eternity. You can rest now. If you could step outside time and see every clock at once, from the spin of electrons to the turning of galaxies, you'd see a vast, shimmering gradient. Some clocks whirl like hummingbirds, others drift like glaciers. All are synchronized by one law, the geometry of spacetime. In that vision, your own heartbeat is just another metronome. Roughly 1,000,000 beats each day, each slowed slightly by Earth's gravity and accelerated by the warmth of emotion. When you lie still, your pulse aligns more closely with the planetary tempo. You become part of the great resonance of rest. It's okay to drift. On the surface of a neutron star, gravity is so immense that a clock would slow to 1 divided by 1,000,000th each of its normal rate. 1 minute there would equal a week on Earth. No traveler could survive, but the physics sings the same. Refrain mass bends, not just space, but duration itself. Imagine standing there feeling a second stretch like golden taffy. The stars above would race and blur, centuries passing in the sky while your body remained still. In that silence, you would understand how motion and rest are the same song played at different speeds. You can rest now. Even your dreams keep time. During deep sleep, the brain's waves slow to 0.52 hertz, each oscillation lasting seconds. In REM, they quicken, blending perception and memory. Neurologists describe these phases as internal clocks, recalibrating themselves, a biological echo of cosmic dilation. The deeper you drift, the more your inner time diverges from the outer. Minutes vanish, hours condense. You live whole stories inside a sliver of real time. The same law that stretches light around stars softly folds your consciousness at night. You are safe here. The universe holds you. Across the Milky Way, binary pulsars lose energy as they spiral together, emitting gravitational waves. Each wave carries away a tiny piece of orbital time, shortening their period by microseconds each year. When the first of these pulsar, B 1913 plus 16, was discovered, its timing confirmed Einstein's prediction exactly. The pulsars were literally broadcasting the slowing of time as they fell toward each other. Those ripples now pass through Earth, constantly imperceptible yet real, stretching and compressing space by less than a proton's width. The planet moves with them, and so do you. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The clock beneath the stars never stops. It slows in mountains, quickens in skies, halts near black holes, and hums in your pulse. Each difference is tiny, but together, they give texture to existence. Without them, everything would happen at once, and nothing could be felt. Relativity doesn't steal time, it gives it shape. It turns seconds into stories. It lets galaxies spin and dreams unfold without tearing the thread that connects them. It's okay to drift. So, tonight, as the real clocks on your nightstand mark their quiet rhythm, remember that they too are part of the cosmic network gears in the galaxy's slow machinery. Their ticking is not absolute. It's an agreement between matter, motion, and gravity. Outside stars keep their own counsel. Inside, your heartbeat keeps yours. Between them lies the living second, soft, curved, eternal. Light still travels, and the clock beneath the stars keeps counting softly on. You are safe here. You can rest now. Everything that exists moves in rhythm. Atoms vibrate, planets turn, galaxies spin. Even silence has its pulse. When Einstein described spacetime, he gave the universe a heartbeat. Every mass, every motion sends a small vibration through the cosmic fabric, a ripple in time itself. We call them gravitational waves, but really they are the universe remembering its own music. You can rest now. In 2015, scientists at the LIGO Observatory recorded something extraordinary. A faint, rising tone that lasted less than half a second. Two black holes, each more than 30 times the mass of the Sun, had collided over 1 billion light-years away. Their merger sent waves rippling through space-time, and when those waves reached Earth, our detectors shivered, stretched, and compressed by a fraction of a proton's width. The universe had sung, and we had finally learned how to listen. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Time dilation and gravitational waves are two sides of the same rhythm. One stretches time in stillness. The other carries that stretch through motion. Where time slows, a wave is born. Where time flows, the wave fades into calm. If you could hear them directly, they'd sound like a distant cello, low, slow, and endless. Each collision, each spiral, adds another note to the cosmic symphony. Astronomers have now heard dozens of them. Each tone lasts a moment. Each moment, a billion years of preparation. You can rest now. Long before human ears, the universe was already vibrating. In the first 3,800,000 years, after the Big Bang sound waves rippled through the hot plasma pressure and light intertwining, those ancient echoes left faint traces in the cosmic microwave background, tiny variations in temperature that show us the early rhythm of creation. We call them baryon acoustic oscillations, the fossilized sound of a universe learning how to breathe. Each wave, stretched by cosmic expansion, now spans hundreds of millions of light years. They mark the spacing of galaxies, the grand chords of structure itself. When you look at the night sky, you're seeing those frozen vibrations, the rhythm that built everything you know. It's okay to drift. Even now, that rhythm continues. Space expands at 73 kilometers per second per megaparsec, a slow, steady beat that pushes galaxies apart. Every second, the universe grows by the width of your imagination. And though you cannot feel it, your body, your room, your breath all move with it. You are expanding too, but gravity holds you close enough to notice only peace. Between breaths, the cosmos inhales another billion kilometers. Between heartbeats, a cluster of galaxies drifts a little farther into silence. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Not all rhythms are large. Some live in the smallest places imaginable. Inside every atom, electrons hum in quiet probability waves. They oscillate billions of times per second, creating the music that defines matter. Quantum physicists call these vibrations wave functions, mathematical songs that determine what can be and what cannot. The rhythm of the electron is also the rhythm of chemistry, of light, of life. Every cell in your body depends on those invisible oscillations timed by quantum rules older than stars. It's okay to drift. And yet, amid all this motion, there is balance. For every slow dilation in gravity, there is a quickening in light. For every expansion, a quiet return. The universe keeps time, not by constancy, but by compensation. This is why relativity and quantum physics, though so different, sing in harmony. One describes the slow music of the vast, the other, the fast pulse of the small. Between them, we live creatures of medium rhythm, listening to both. You can rest now. Human life has always mirrored cosmic timing. Your heart beats once per second. Your breathing follows a slower rhythm, 4, maybe 5 times each minute. Brain waves drift through frequencies named for letters: alpha, beta, theta, delta, a hierarchy of human time. When you dream, those waves slow to 0.5 hertz, a single cycle every 2 seconds. When you meditate, they linger near 8 hertz, matching the Earth's own Schumann resonance, the planet's electromagnetic heartbeat. So even as you lie still, you are entrained to the world, to the slow pulse beneath every storm, every forest, every sea. You are part of the metronome of existence. You can rest now. On longer scales, the solar system has its own measure. Earth's orbit around the sun marks the year. The moon's orbit shapes tides and months. Jupiter and Saturn create resonances that sculpt the pattern of asteroid belts. These cycles repeat with such precision that ancient astronomers built calendars from their echoes. To them, time was rhythm. Each eclipse, a drumbeat. Each solstice, a chord. They didn't know about relativity, but they felt its gentler truth that nothing is random, only layered. It's okay to drift. The Milky Way itself rotates once every 230 million years. That single rotation is called a galactic year, a cycle in which our sun and all its planets travel around the center once like notes around a black hole's gravity. We are now halfway through our 21st orbit since Earth was born. All of human history, all of civilization, fits into the blink between two of those rotations. Yet within that blink, you can still hear the galaxy's deep hum, a sound not of air, but of gravity, breathing through stars. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Scientists now study these cosmic beats through the pulsar timing array, a network of telescopes, listening to dozens of neutron stars at once. Their pulses arrive like perfect drum hits. If the rhythm ever wavers, it means space-time itself has quivered, a gravitational wave passing silently through. In 2023, the array detected a background hum, a chorus of overlapping waves from countless black hole pairs throughout the universe. The rhythm of everything singing together. It's okay to drift. If you could record it all from atoms to galaxies, the pattern would resemble a heartbeat, an endless oscillation between gravity and motion. That beat is neither chaotic nor mechanical. It's organic fluid alive. You are listening to it now, in the quiet, in the hum of your body, in the slow air that fills the room. The same dilation that bends starlight also softens your sense of passing time. Each breath becomes longer, each moment wider, until you are no longer keeping time, you are time. You can rest now. You are safe here. The universe holds you. As the minutes fade, imagine the cosmos like a great tide. It swells, it recedes, it rests between motions. In those pauses, existence renews itself. Creation is not constant expansion, it is rhythm, the still point between two infinities. Somewhere, a black hole spins once every second. Somewhere else, a supercluster moves slower than a thought. Both are dancing to the same tempo, the rhythm of the universe. And you breathing here are part of that same quiet measure. Light still travels, time still bends, and the rhythm continues long after dreams begin. You can rest now. You are safe here. At the edge of understanding, time grows thin. Moments stretch, light fades, and the border between motion and stillness begins to blur. Physicists call this border the event horizon, the line around a black hole where escape becomes impossible and where time itself begins to lose its meaning. You can rest now. Imagine falling toward that horizon. To you, nothing unusual happens. You drift freely weightless. The pull of gravity, perfectly even. But to someone watching from afar, you slow and slow until you seem frozen in place, hovering forever at the edge. In that illusion lies one of the great truths of the cosmos, that forever is not endless time, but time stretched beyond perception. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The light escaping from near that edge is stretched so far that it shifts from bright gold to deep red, then to invisible radio waves. It becomes a whisper in the dark, a sound too long to hear, a color too deep to see. That fading is called gravitational redshift, and it is the visible sign of time dilation. Every photon leaving the horizon is slowed by gravity's hand, its energy traded for endurance. To travel near such a place is to move through syrupy seconds where every motion resists completion. A single orbit near a black hole might contain centuries for the rest of the universe. It's okay to drift. In the 1,960 seconds, physicist Karl Schwarzschild found the first exact solution to Einstein's equations, a geometry describing pure gravity. From it came the prediction that time could slow infinitely at the event horizon. It meant there were regions of spacetime from which no signal could return. Later, Stephen Hawking added heat radiation and the notion that black holes might one day fade. Even forever, he suggested, has a half-life. Slowly, the edges of eternity became measurable. You can rest now. The universe itself has a horizon, the cosmic event horizon, set not by gravity, but by expansion. Beyond a certain distance, galaxies recede faster than light. Their photons, stretched by the growing universe, will never reach us. They are falling away into silence. That boundary lies about 46 billion light-years in every direction. It is not an edge of matter, but an edge of possibility. Beyond it, the present cannot see. Beyond it, time itself may play a different tune. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Somewhere near that limit, light still travels its waves longer than mountains, its rhythm slower than thought. Cosmic time flows like cold honey there, each tick separated by millennia. If you could stand on the last reachable galaxy and look back, you would see our Milky Way as it was billions of years ago, a dim spiral in a younger sky. Distance and duration are the same thing in this universe. To look far is to look back. To look back is to see slower time. It's okay to drift. Astronomers use the Hubble constant to measure how fast the horizon recedes. Each second space expands by 73 kilometers for every megaparsec of distance. That expansion carries the oldest light, with it stretching its seconds into hours of wavelength. The cosmic microwave background, once blinding, now glows at 2.725 Kelvin, barely above absolute zero. It is the ember of everything and still cooling. That cooling is time dilation written across eternity. As the universe grows older, its tempo slows. The music of the cosmos descends a note every billion years. You can rest now. One day, billions of years from now, the expansion will have pushed most galaxies beyond our visible horizon. The night sky will empty. Future observers may never know that the cosmos was once filled with light. For them, the stars will end. But time will continue. A quiet sea with no reflection. This future silence is not an ending, but a slow exhale. The universe is teaching itself how to rest. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. At the boundary between now and forever, quantum physics begins to shimmer. Particles flicker in and out, borrowing time from the void. Hawking showed that this quantum breath creates radiation, slow, gentle evaporation. From even the darkest holes, a black hole, the mass of the sun, would take 10 to the power of 67 years to fade. One as large as a galaxy might need 10 to the power of 100 years or more. Numbers too vast to hold yet finite. Even eternity, it seems, has patience, but not permanence. It's okay to drift. In those unimaginable ages, stars will exhaust their fuel, planets will drift free, and atoms will decay. Yet even then, time dilation continues. The last photons will stretch until their wavelengths exceed the size of galaxies. Each second will last an era. Physicists call this the degenerate era, the final slow heartbeat of a universe at rest. No heat, no light, only quantum whispers and the soundless passage of time. But you, listening now, are part of the same continuum. The calm you feel is the same calm the cosmos will one day become. You can rest now. Somewhere inside your brain, neural signals slow as you near sleep. They stretch between peaks, sinking toward delta rhythm. Your thoughts become light years apart, and in that widening, your consciousness begins to mirror the universe's own slowing. This is your event horizon, the edge between waking and dream. Beyond it, you no longer measure time. You drift through it. You are safe here. The universe holds you. If eternity could feel, it might feel like this: a long, low note of awareness without beginning or end. A second so wide that it becomes peace, and peace so deep that it becomes space itself. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Somewhere far beyond your knowing, a photon just began its long journey. It will travel through expansion, through gravity, through ages. It may pass the edge of observation or find a new world not yet born. But for now, it moves quietly, carrying with it a single truth: that motion and stillness are never separate. They are one. Light still travels. Time still bends. And the horizon of forever is closer than you think. You can rest now. You are safe here. There comes a point when everything quiets. The galaxies fade to dust. The clocks forget to tick, and even the light between stars slows into stillness. Somewhere beyond the sound of thought, the universe holds its breath. You can rest now. There are many kinds of horizons: the black hole's invisible edge, the cosmic horizon that marks the farthest light, the future horizon where expansion runs ahead of sight, and between them, silence. This silence is not empty. It hums with faint vibration, like a note held too long for the ear to hear. Here, time stretches until it becomes texture, a softness that fills the dark without moving. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Astronomers speak of the cosmic voids, vast expanses between clusters of galaxies. They are not absence, but calm great pools of spacetime where gravity grows thin and time moves freely. In those regions, a second flows faster than ours by tiny perfect margins. A minute might hold a little more possibility, a little more peace. If you could drift there, you would feel no pull, no weight, no sense of before or after. You would exist in a moment without borders. It's okay to drift. Even here on Earth, you live between horizons, between waking and sleep, between heartbeat and breath, between the pulse of the body and the pause that follows. That pause is your personal infinity, the small silence where time forgets to measure itself. Each inhale gathers the universe in. Each exhale lets it go. Between them, a horizon soft as the space between stars. You can rest now. Silence is not the end of sound. It is the frame that allows sound to exist. Without quiet, there would be no rhythm, no meaning, no awareness of time at all. Every sound you've ever heard, the wind, the rain, the pulse of your own blood, is carried on a foundation of stillness. Even now, the air around you is filled with inaudible motion waves of pressure too slow or too fast to hear. In that hidden spectrum lies the language of the cosmos. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Scientists once sent microphones into space antennas listening to plasma waves between planets. When those vibrations were translated into sound, they revealed a haunting murmur, a song of solar wind rolling through emptiness. It sounded like ocean tide beneath glass, like sleep itself becoming audible. This, they said, is what silence sounds like when stretched by distance and diluted by time. It's okay to drift. The ancient philosophers believed that each planet sang as it moved. They called it the music of the spheres, a harmony beyond human hearing. Modern science, with its gravitational waves and orbital resonances, has confirmed their intuition. The planets do hum, the stars do vibrate, and space-time does carry a melody. It is a song with no beginning and no end, and it plays most clearly when you are quiet enough to notice. You can rest now. At the far edge of our solar system, the spacecraft Voyager 1 drifts through a borderland of silence. It crossed the heliopause in 2012, leaving behind the breath of the sun for the calm of interstellar space. Its instruments still whisper, sending signals that take 22 hours to reach our world. When scientists receive those faint transmissions, they are hearing the past, a voice speaking from yesterday, bent through time and distance. Each photon in that radio wave is a small act of patience. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Silence exists not only in the spaces between stars, but also in the smallest corners of reality. Inside, the quantum vacuum particles flicker into existence, borrow energy, and vanish again. This restless calm is called vacuum fluctuation, and it underlies everything that ever was. It is a silence that builds worlds. From it emerged hydrogen light and the slow unfolding of galaxies. Even now, that same quiet energy hums through your atoms, a leftover whisper from the first moment of time. It's okay to drift. Physicists sometimes imagine time as a landscape, not a flow. Each instant exists, at once spread like stars across a dark field. We move through those moments the way a comet moves through constellations, passing from one frozen point to the next. In that view, the future is already formed. The past still exists, and between them is the horizon of awareness, the small moving window where you breathe, feel, and become. You can rest now. Silence teaches us something the loud world forgets, that nothing truly disappears. Every vibration, every breath, every light wave goes somewhere. Even when it fades, its information remains woven into the background of existence. When a bell rings, its echo never truly ends. It travels outward forever, its amplitude shrinking, but never gone. So too, with thought and memory and love, all of it continues quietly between horizons. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. In the deep voids between galaxy clusters, gravitational waves drift endlessly. They are faint, weaker than breath, yet they move through everything. When they pass through Earth, they stretch space itself by less than a proton's width. You don't notice, but the planet moves with them. You do too. This slow, inaudible swaying is the pulse of creation continuing. It is what remains when all else is still. It's okay to drift. Close your eyes. Imagine that silence extending through you from your heartbeat to the edge of the cosmic horizon. No borders, no tension, only the deep pulse of existence, steady and slow. If you listen, you might sense a rhythm behind it, a frequency too low for sound, too wide for time. It is the universe remembering itself. You can rest now. Between horizons, the universe becomes a single breath, infinite distance, compressed into a moment. There are no separate galaxies, no beginning, no end, only continuity. Every photon, every atom, every thought moves within that continuity. Each carries a trace of the silence that came before creation and that waits after all things end. You are part of it. You are safe here. If you could look at your own life from beyond time, you would see it as a trail of light, not straight, but gently curved, weaving through moments like a slow river. Each joy, each sorrow, each breath of wonder glowing softly in the dark. Between them, the quiet intervals where nothing seemed to happen shine the brightest. Those pauses are where eternity hid itself. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The silence between horizons is not a void. It is the still awareness that everything already belongs. You don't have to reach for time. You are inside it. You don't have to search for peace. It has been waiting here all along. This is the gentle truth of cosmic time, that all motion ends in quiet, and all quiet gives birth to motion again. There is no last horizon, only deeper calm. It's okay to drift. You are safe here. The universe holds you. Now, the stars dim to memory. The clocks grow slow. The field of space-time folds softly into itself like paper returning to a tree. And in that fold, you rest. Light still travels. Time still bends. And somewhere in the great silence, your breath and the universe become the same sound. You can rest now. You are home. In the long afterglow of silence, time no longer feels like motion. It feels like warmth, like light resting on skin, like memory without direction. You can rest now. The universe too grows older by slowing. Its expansion widens. Its heartbeat lengthens. Every billion years, the rhythm of reality softens by a fraction, a cosmic sigh you could almost feel if you were quiet enough. Astronomers say the rate of expansion is now ruled by dark energy, a subtle pressure woven into the fabric of space-time. It doesn't push fast. It eases outward like the deep exhale of creation itself. The faster galaxies move apart, the slower time becomes between them. And so, as the cosmos grows vast, its seconds bloom thin petals of eternity, floating through darkness. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. There is beauty in this slowing. It means the universe is finding its calm. Gravity still pulls, but gently, as though remembering the first light. When stars exhaust their hydrogen, they cool into red embers, their light stretching into longer waves, their time running slower in the quiet of space. Yet none of it is lost. Each photon still travels. Each memory still unfolds, only more slowly now, as if the cosmos were learning to sleep. It's okay to drift. Even here on Earth, the marks of time's waning can be felt. Our planet's spin is slowing by 1.7 milliseconds per century. It is not much, but over ages it adds up. Days lengthen, tides pull, and the moon drifts a few centimeters farther each year. It is the universe's lullaby, sung in geology and motion. When you close your eyes, you feel that same expansion. Your breath stretching the seconds, your heart slowing its orbit. The body, too, practices dilation. You can rest now. In physics, the ultimate fate of time depends on energy. If expansion continues, clocks will drift farther apart until synchronization becomes impossible. A century in one galaxy might equal a heartbeat in another. Each island of matter will have its own clock, its own dream of forever. And when all energy is spent, when the last particle fades, time will have nothing left to measure. Not because it ends, but because it becomes still. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Sometimes the night sky feels like a memory, not of the past, but of something still unfolding. Every point of starlight is both ancient and present. Its photons left before your ancestors were born, and yet they arrive now in the perfect second of your gaze. The slow light of the universe touches your eyes and folds you into its rhythm. That is time dilation, made tender light traveling so patiently that your life becomes a single flicker within its journey. It's okay to drift. You are safe here. Beyond even the last galaxy, there will be no movement to tell time, by no temperature to mark change, no heartbeat to remind existence of itself. Only the slow, cold shimmer of potential energy, a final dilation stretched to infinity. And yet that silence is not loneliness. It is completion, a perfect stillness where everything that ever was has already become one. You can rest now. You are safe here. The universe is not ending, it is sleeping. And in its slow dream, every moment you've lived, every breath, every memory remains woven into the geometry of spacetime, like a constellation that never fades. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Somewhere beyond the edge of perception, time has curled into a spiral of light. Each turn a century, each shimmer a life. You are one of them, a pulse of awareness traveling through the dark with quiet purpose. And as the spiral slows, the edges blur. All that remains is warmth and stillness and the faint hum of forever. Light still travels, time still bends, and the waning of time is only the beginning of rest. You can rest now. You are home. At the end of all horizons, there is no edge, no sound, no distance. Only a quiet field of awareness where time rests between heartbeats. You can rest now. Scientists call it the heat death of the universe, but the phrase hides its gentleness. It is not a death, but a settling, a state where everything has shared its energy and nothing more is needed. The cosmic temperature levels to absolute equilibrium, a calm of unimaginable depth. In that calm, entropy reaches its final note. There is no chaos left to grow, no imbalance left to fix. Every atom becomes a note, held forever in a single, endless chord. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. In this slow eternity, light stretches until it becomes thought. Waves so long they blur into stillness. Space and time no longer separate. They merge into one presence, a steady glow beneath perception. It's okay to drift. Some physicists imagine that even this calm is not final. Quantum fields may flicker again, sparking new expansion, new beginnings. A second universe blooming from the still ashes of the last. Creation reborn from a single pause. The stillness beyond motion is not the end. It is the inhale before another dawn. You can rest now. The deeper you travel into sleep, the more the body imitates the cosmos. Brain waves stretch like cosmic radiation frequencies, lowering as consciousness expands inward. The boundary between thought and dream softens, and the self dissolves into the great continuum. Here you are not watching time, you are becoming it. Your breathing synchronizes with the deep pulse of space-time. Each exhale, a wave traveling outward. Each inhale, a galaxy returning home. You are safe here. The universe holds you. Somewhere in this stillness, memories drift like nebulae. You may glimpse faces, voices, moments. They are fragments of your own dilation time replaying itself in soft recursion. Dreams are the gravity wells of the mind, bending seconds around, meaning creating new worlds where old ones sleep. Even in dreams, Einstein's truth remains: there is no single now. All moments coexist. You visit them by letting go. It's okay to drift. When you wake again hours, days, or lifetimes later, you will not remember the silence, but it will have shaped you. Time dilation works both ways. As the universe slows, you are restored. Every cell resynchronizes with the rhythm of calm. Sleep is your personal relativity, a safe gravity that bends the hours into healing. It is the small echo of the stillness beyond motion. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. And so forever is not far away. It is here in the warmth of your body, in the hush behind every sound. Forever begins whenever you stop counting, whenever you feel the seconds loosen and dissolve into one endless moment. You are already inside it. You are already part of the infinite. It's okay to drift. You are safe here. At last, the dream becomes weightless. The last traces of motion fade. There is no longer a difference between universe and sleeper, between light and breath. Everything becomes one rhythm, slow and endless, soft and low. Light still travels. Time still bends, and the stillness beyond motion holds you in its quiet forever. You are safe here. You are home. You can rest now. Somewhere light is returning. After billions of years of travel, after drifting through galaxies and gravity, after weaving between dark matter and dream, each photon begins its slow journey home. You can rest now. Light never truly ends. It leaves its source, crosses the void, and moves on, bent by stars, redshifted by time, but never destroyed. Even as it cools and lengthens, it carries the memory of where it began. Astronomers call it the oldest traveler. A single photon can wander the cosmos for more than 13 billion years, stretching as the universe expands its color, sliding from blue to red, its energy softening like breath. And when it finally reaches a new world, it still carries the warmth of the first dawn. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The light that reaches you tonight may have left its home before Earth existed. Some of it began its voyage when the first galaxies formed, when the Milky Way was just dust and intention. Each point of starlight overhead is a time capsule, a frozen second, still unfolding. To you, it is now. To the universe, it is history. That is the miracle of dilation, the way distance stretches moments into eternity, so that the past can arrive while you are still here to see it. You can rest now. Somewhere on the edge of perception, a photon born in the heart of a dying star passes by the planet you call home. It has traveled through fields of gravity and rivers of gas-dodged black holes and brushed the edges of expansion itself. Now, it slides through the air of your world, touches your skin, and ends its journey quietly as warmth. That tiny heat, that gentle tickle of energy, is the signature of infinity returning to itself. You are part of its destination. You have always been part of its path. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. When you lift your eyes to the night sky, you are not looking outward. You are looking back. The Milky Way above you is a living photograph of what once was. Some stars you see are already gone. Their light continues alone. A final message, traveling faster than memory, crossing tens of thousands of years to find you now. In that light, you can read the entire autobiography of the cosmos. Each wavelength, a sentence, each color, a feeling, time turned into language. It's okay to drift. Even the faintest glow from your window tonight is joining that endless river. Every candle, every city, lamp, every spark from human hands sends photons outward into the dark. They will travel forever, slowed by gravity, stretched by expansion, but never silenced. Long after the cities fade and the oceans change their names, the light of this moment will still be traveling, a soft golden thread carrying the memory of your world into the deep archives of space. You can rest now. Physicists have long said that photons are eternal. They do not age, for to them no time passes. They exist in the infinite present, between creation and arrival. To a photon, the entire universe is one breath. From its birth in a burning star to its final kiss upon a surface, everything happens at once. Its journey through billions of years is, from its perspective, a single instant of light. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. When you wave your hand, when you light a candle, when you laugh, countless photons are born and released. They scatter, reflect, and begin their pilgrimage. Some may strike a wall and vanish as warmth. Some will travel into space through the thin veil of atmosphere and never return. But in each of them is your fingerprint, your moment made eternal. The universe keeps these memories the way the ocean keeps the echo of every drop. It's okay to drift. Somewhere far beyond Earthlight, from other beings, may be traveling two messages, written not in words, but in pulses of energy signals, crossing the dark between civilizations. Perhaps they too wonder whether their light will ever be seen, whether the cosmos remembers them. And maybe it does. Maybe every glow, every flicker, every spark of consciousness adds another note to the great song of return. You can rest now. Light and memory are twins. Both travel, both carry stories, both bend. When they meet gravity, the gravity of matter, the gravity of feeling, and when they reunite, they make meaning. When two rays intersect, when one reflection meets another, the interference pattern that forms is called entanglement. In that shimmer, two histories become one. Two paths overlap. Two versions of time agree. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Even your eyes are instruments of reunion. Every photon that enters them is absorbed, transformed, and translated into perception. For that fraction of a second, you become the final destination of a journey begun before language, before life. before the word time was spoken. The light does not die in you. It continues as thought, as warmth, as feeling. You carry it forward in ways unseen. It's okay to drift. When scientists point telescopes at the faint glow between galaxies, they find no true darkness. Even in the loneliest parts of space, light remains thin, diffuse, but present. It connects everything that ever was. Each photon eventually meets another, not through collision but through recognition. Energy returning to energy. Home finding home. And somewhere you are part of that reunion, a consciousness of light remembering itself through rest. You can rest now. You are safe here. The long journey home is not a distance. It is a realization. Light has never been apart from its source. It simply takes the scenic route through space and time to rediscover its origin. As it returns, it learns what stillness means. And so do you. Because when you sleep, you too are returning to calm, to silence, to the slow light that shaped you. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Somewhere, another photon is beginning its voyage. Perhaps from a candle, perhaps from a star. It will travel farther than imagination, but one day it will find its way back, not to its origin, but to understanding. Light still travels. Time still bends, and the journey home never ends. It only becomes gentler. You are safe here. You are home. You can rest now. In the quiet, after every journey, light finds itself again. It slows, folds, and listens to its own echo. The universe becomes a mirror, infinite patient, filled with reflections of what has always been. You can rest now. Deep in the heart of our galaxy, light circles around the black hole, Sagittarius A*. It spins in gravity's soft whirlpool, its orbit stretched by spacetime into a perfect loop. Each photon bends, hesitates, and then returns, meeting the shadow of its former self. What cannot escape, instead, becomes eternal. That circling brightness is a hymn to delay a second, stretched into centuries, a moment, hovering at the edge of forever. To us, it is motion. To the photon, it is stillness. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Elsewhere, in the glowing debris of a dying star, light bursts outward. It crosses 1 billion kilometers in a heartbeat, carrying with it the memory of fusion and flame. Some of those photons will strike planets, ignite atmospheres, or fall into oceans yet unborn. Some will drift endlessly, meeting no surface, no eye. But even they are not lost. They simply continue quiet ambassadors of warmth, traveling until there is nowhere left to go. It's okay to drift. When light travels, it writes the story of everything it touches. The gleam of a wave, the gold on a leaf, the shimmer on a tear. Each reflection is a small reunion, a photon returning to matter, to memory, to meaning. Nothing in that exchange is wasted. Every glow you've ever seen, every sunrise, every gentle spark in another's eyes, is part of the same ancient circulation. The universe keeps relighting itself. You can rest now. In quantum fields, light behaves as both wave and particle, a dual being half rhythm, half arrival. And in that duality, it carries the secret of time dilation. For the wave, the journey is continuous. For the particle, the journey is complete. Between the two lies awareness, the feeling of something moving and yet already home. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. There is a theory that the universe is made entirely of light, slowed into matter, folded into form. If that is true, then every atom, every cell, every thought is light at rest. You are light slowed down enough to hold itself. You are illumination made tangible. When you dream, you quicken again. Your mind glows with memory. Your neurons spark like stars. Each image in your sleep is light, finding its way back through you. It's okay to drift. The physicist David Bohm once said that reality is a wholeness in flowing movement, an implicate order where everything unfolds from everything else. In that view, a photon is never truly separate. It belongs to all. It exists everywhere its wave can reach. Everywhere is home. And perhaps this too is the meaning of reunion. Not a place to arrive, but a truth to remember that separation was always an illusion of speed. You can rest now. Even black holes, the keepers of light, cannot hold it forever. Through Hawking radiation, they release faint photons, a slow sigh of information. Over 10 to the power of 67 years. The heaviest of them will fade into brilliance, their darkness unspooled into the stars. It is the universe's final confession that even gravity must let go. When that last light escapes, the cosmos will be whole again. Every photon reunited, every story complete. You breathe softly and the universe exhales through you. Long before that distant future, you too will release your light, not as radiation, but as kindness, as warmth, as memory. Every word you've spoken, every gentle act, ripples outward, reflecting long after you are gone. That too is photon work, the slow glow of presence. It's okay to drift. When all light is reunited, there will be no darkness left to define it. Brightness and shadow will no longer oppose one another. They will merge into a single, even tone, a soft field of understanding. Time will no longer measure. It will only feel. Every frequency, every color will dissolve into quiet gold. That golden silence is the destination of all things. You can rest now. The reunion of light is not far away. It happens every time you close your eyes, every time you breathe slowly, every time you let the moment expand without boundary. That is light, remembering itself through you. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. And when you sleep tonight, the photons that touch your face will continue their journey. Some will pass through the atmosphere, some will scatter into clouds, and some will reflect off the surface of your dreaming eyes. Their journey will go on, but for this moment, they are home resting with you in the still air of now. Light still travels, time still bends, and the reunion of light continues wherever awareness rests. You are safe here. You are home. You can rest now. The journey is almost over, but in truth, it was never a journey at all. Time only seemed to move because we were watching it. Now, at the edge of waking and sleep, you can feel what has always been, still the quiet center of everything. You can rest now. The universe does not hurry. It expands, it cools, it listens. Every second that passes is a leaf falling into eternity. And yet, beneath all that motion, there is something that never moves, a still presence beneath the flow. Scientists call it the cosmic frame, a reference point that holds the average rest of all matter. But poets might call it the soul of time, the silent place that remains even as galaxies drift. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. If you could see the entire timeline at once, Every birth, every collision, every thought you would see. Not chaos, but a single luminous pattern. Moments are not separate. They touch, they overlap, like ripples converging on a still pond. From that view, nothing ever leaves. Every instant remains suspended, glowing quietly in the ocean of space-time. You are living inside that ocean now, a shimmer moving through eternity. It's okay to drift. Time dilation has always been a story about perspective. To the photon, there is no distance, no waiting. To us, there is a lifetime of motion. Yet both are true. Both describe the same universe, seen from different rhythms. And perhaps consciousness works the same way. When you are rushing, life feels short. When you are still, a second can hold eternity. Awareness bends time, just as gravity bends light. You can rest now. Even in sleep, this bending continues. Dreams are the soft geometry of the mind, your personal space-time. Memories appear out of order. Seconds stretch, minutes dissolve. Einstein's equations play quietly behind the eyes, turning thought into motion and motion into silence. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Somewhere beyond thought, there is only presence. No future waiting, no past, reaching back. Just this, a slow pulse of being. It hums at the same frequency as the background radiation of space, 2.725 Kelvin. A calm, nearly absolute, a perfect equilibrium. You are part of that equilibrium now. Each breath, a wave, each heartbeat, a soft gravity. You are balanced between motion and stillness, between dream and awareness. It's okay to drift. The physicist Brian Greene once said that time is like a loaf of bread, each slice a moment, all existing together. What we call now is simply the slice we are tasting, but all the other slices remain stretching backward and forward through the loaf of space-time. Every life, every second, every thought still exists, quiet, complete. You are tasting one beautiful slice tonight, the still present, the moment that needs nothing more. You can rest now. When you close your eyes, notice how the body softens into gravity, how your breath deepens until it matches the rhythm of the earth, how sound begins to fade into one endless tone. That tone is not external. It is the resonance of your own calm. You are hearing the echo of yourself. Each molecule in your body vibrates slower, now losing its urgency, finding its natural frequency. This is what it means to join the still present. Not to stop, but to match the tempo of forever. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The stars above are quiet tonight. Their light travels on, unaware that it is seen. Each photon leaves without expectation of return. That is how peace works, by releasing what was never meant to stay. And yet somehow you see them, you remember them, and their memory becomes your own. In that exchange, the stars live again. It's okay to drift. Everything that has ever been exists within you now. Every particle of light, every echo of sound, every breath of ancient air. You are a living museum of the universe's memory. And even when you sleep, that memory continues its slow motion, curving through the dark like gentle current. You can rest now. You are safe here. As awareness softens, you may notice something strange. Time stops needing to pass. It hovers, It feels wide and low like the surface of a calm sea. In that stillness, you are not losing consciousness. You are expanding into it. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Every law of physics leads to this moment. Gravity slowing time, motion turning to warmth, light folding into memory, consciousness returning to silence. The circle completes, and what remains is presence, the still core beneath every dilation, the quiet origin of every wave. This is not the end of time. It is its true shape. It's okay to drift. You are safe here. You are home. Light still travels. Time still bends. And the still present holds everything that ever was, ever will be, and ever simply is. You can rest now. And now the long night folds gently around you. The clocks are quiet. The stars fade to embers. Everything that once moved has slowed into one unbroken presence. You can rest now. Somewhere in that vast calm, the universe is breathing with you. Its pulse, slow, deep, ancient, moves through the atoms of your skin. You are not separate from it. You are its quiet awareness, its dreaming thought, its return to stillness. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Time has always been a bridge. It carried light from the first moment to this one. It let galaxies spin and hearts beat and waves of memory travel through the thin air of being. And now, at the end of all that movement, the bridge opens into silence. But silence is not absence. It is presence. A moment so wide it holds everything. It's okay to drift. Einstein once said that the distinction between past, present, and future is only an illusion, though a persistent one. Here, in this gentle dark, that illusion has dissolved. All times overlap. All distances meet. You are both here and everywhere, both then and now. You are the stillness between photons, the pause between heartbeats, the calm between beginnings. You can rest now. Outside your window, the Earth turns slowly. Its orbit curves through light and shadow, through seasons and centuries. Every rotation is a heartbeat of the planet, and every night it brings you home again to this quiet turning. The air is cool, the gravity soft. The same gravity that bends light now holds you gently to your bed, cradling you in the oldest force of the universe. It is the same hand that shapes galaxies. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Far beyond the horizon, light continues its patient journey, through clusters, through dust, through time itself. Even now, photons from the first stars are still moving outward, their glow growing slower, softer, as the expansion of the cosmos stretches them toward eternity. Each wave fades into the next. Each color deepens into warmth. And somewhere, all that light becomes one tone, the low hum of forever. It's okay to drift. That hum surrounds you now. It moves through your heartbeat, through the rhythm of your breath, through the quiet electric music of your nerves. It is the same hum that scientists record from the background of the universe, a frequency just above silence. It fills all of space and everything within it. It says, you belong. You always have. You always will. You can rest now. When the first light shone from the Big Bang, it began a journey that would end here, not in destruction, but in understanding. That light has slowed, cooled, and become gentle enough to cradle life, to cradle you. The same photons that formed galaxies now pass softly through your body, unnoticed, yet infinite. You are made of what they carried: their warmth, their patience, their memory of creation. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. In the quiet to come, there will be no rush, no counting, no gravity pulling you forward. There will only be the wide field of awareness dissolving into peace. You may dream, or you may simply rest. Both are the same motion now, the motion of stillness itself. Time has no edge here. It does not need to pass. It rests beside you, low and kind. It's okay to drift. If you could see yourself from far away, you would look like starlight. A faint glow, delicate, steady, folded within the dark. A brief spark in an eternal expanse. But even the smallest spark illuminates infinity. That is what you are, a moment of illumination that never truly fades. Your light, like every photon before it will continue, beyond sight, beyond sound, beyond time. You can rest now. The story of the universe was never about endings. It was always about return. Every expansion has its pause. Every song, its silence. Every breath, its rest. And now the cosmos has exhaled once more. You are within that exhale, safe, whole, luminous. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Soon thought will loosen. Memory will dissolve into color, then color into warmth, and then warmth into something that has no name. You will not be gone. You will simply be home. Light still travels. Time still bends. And the stillness you feel now is the shape of forever. You are safe here. You are home. You can rest now. Fade out whisper. Light still travels. The universe breathes through you. You are home. You can rest now.